What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Monday night, and you know what that means. We're going to be talking picture perfect pre orders, which basically means we're going to talk about the figures that went up for the past week for pre order that I think are going to look great under your lights and in front of your lenses. And if I miss anything, you're going to let me know in the chat, and we'll go check out some of the stuff that you noticed that maybe I didn't see. Now, we're going to give it a couple minutes, wait for people to come in because there's a little bit of news that I'm going to fire off here at the beginning once people come in. By the way, replay crew, that's the question. What did you see in the past week that you're going to love taking pictures of? Now, what do we have? Skew Raider, what's up, sir? Good to see you. Mr. Spencer, hola. I likes it. Now, one thing I did want to bring up, I was on Brick Something's live stream last night, and it was an absolute blast. So if you guys haven't had a chance to go check that out, get on his channel and go check out the live stream. It was just fun. We just had a good time going over a lot of figures, a lot of other things, and I was not at all bored checking this stuff out, which is big for me. I get bored kind of easily. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Give this another minute or so. I'm going to take a swig. Ooh, watcher. And let's just jump in and see what we see here real quick. I want to first go to announce this bad boy. Give me just a sec. I have, of course, not pushed the button correctly. What do we have? Here we go. The Brutal Realm Kickstarter was funded. And I don't know if you guys remember, I didn't think it was going to happen. I'm so stoked that it did. I always love seeing people that pour everything they got into these kinds of things. I love seeing them succeed. So I was super excited to see this happen. Just crazy stoked. Now, oh, look at that. We got more as I was sharing. I want to go down real quick because Brick and I talked about this quite a bit yesterday. And I want to see, I don't remember what the numbers were as far as what the next unlocks were and all that good stuff. So I'm going to check real quick. Let's see. Oh, come on, unlocks. Check it to me. All right, 140. Obviously, we hit that guy, and that dude's crazy. Chief Motto. Ooh, it's just good stuff. I don't even know what to say beyond that. Let's see. And at 160,000, we hit the Great Khan. And I don't know if I should encourage you to pick this one up. If any of you know about the Great Khan or Genghis Khan, you know that you don't ever want to give your action figures a chance to double cross them or even just single cross them in any way because they're just going to end up dead. But anyway, he was unlocked at 160. And as I keep going, 170 unlocked the Owl King, which was one of my favorites. I thought this thing looked sweet. I know. I might be going by a little fast, but we've talked about this stuff quite a bit. I just want to, this is kind of for my own amazement, to be perfectly honest. Uruk the Sumerian unlocked at 185. So somebody had brought up that it was basically Gimli on steroids. I think that's fairly accurate. Keeping going. At 205, oh, ladies and gentlemen, we basically hit the Darth Vader of this bad boy already because we're at 207 right now. Oh, this thing, oh, man. You know what's terrible is when you do a live stream and you basically talk yourself into getting stuff. That's a problem. But I see this thing and I'm just like, oh, look, Brutal Realm Darth Vader, who would be just absolutely wicked in this timeline, in this land, in this universe. Ooh, that's good stuff. Look at that thing. Oh, that's sweet. All right, so at 220, the Shadow Army, the Shadar. Okay, so we've got to hit the Shadar, and I think it showed we have 3 days left to go on this Kickstarter. That thing's pretty sweet too. 250. This is the one that everybody's trying to get up to, and that is Athena, the Warrior Goddess. Now, we're on the last couple days of the Kickstarter, and we know that usually with that stuff, that's when things take off. So I'm crossing my fingers. I think that people that are really stoked about this, I think she's going to happen. Like I said, I wasn't much of a believer before, but Brick was telling me the Big Bad Toy Store came in and bought a couple sets or a couple lots or just a couple big groups of figures. And that really helps get them over the hump. And so now I'm thinking we got a shot here with Athena. And I believe that's the last unlock, but let me make absolute certain. That's it, folks. So 250,000. If you've been considering backing this thing, now's the time to do it. That's ridiculous. It's so cool. And if you're not wholly comfortable on Kickstarter, and I do get that, Big Bad Toy Store has links up for this stuff right now as well. And I have links to both the Kickstarter and the Big Bad Toy Store Brutal Realm section in the video description below. So feel free to check that out whenever you've got some time. And game on, man. This is turning out to be a crazy, like it was sort of a sleep. I would almost call it a sleeper hit. Like I truly didn't think it was going to happen. And now it looks like it might blow everything out of the water, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Now, let's see what we've got. Ooh! I think we've got comments on the whole Brutal Realm thing. Hey, Dave. Hey, Gavin, how are you, man? Thank you for stopping by. So, yeah, that's pretty rad. Excellent. I didn't think it would fund. I didn't either, John. I was hopeful, but I just didn't think it'd happen. Great show on Brick Something. Replay crew, awesome one. Ready for more awesomeness tonight. Always. Thank you, Skew Raider. I appreciate it. Brick was a great host. It was a great time. I enjoyed it a lot. Whew. And speaking of, hell yeah, let's go brutal. No, we're getting brutal. I think the fandom has just straight up gotten brutal. This stuff's crazy. It's crazy how cool this stuff is. And after talking to you about it, I'm just going, oh no, I have to spend the money. I cannot wait to see you all. Let's see all the new action figures. Nice, Mikey. Whew. Skew Raider, yay for brutal funding. Got the main baddie. I know. And that was, I saw that and I'm going, oh no, it's funded. Is that really an oh no, though? See, thanks for the kind words and the view, Skew Raider. Facts, man. I appreciate you coming through and checking all this stuff out. See, love the line, brutal fire. That's, you know what, if they ever turn this into a game, like a video game, that needs to be a call out, like brutal fire. Except I just did the Hadouken. That doesn't make any sense at all. Harry, Dave, Brick and you were great. Well, thank you, sir. I'm sure Brick appreciates that as well. You were a true pro for seamlessly keeping up the chat while Brick was out. Man, you know, honestly, it's only because I do these live streams that I was able to make that switch. But it was fine. It was fun. People are just cool, man. So it's always nice to get in the chat and be able to just go through and talk to people. I have a question for everyone in chat. Who is excited for the trailer for Sonic 3 tomorrow? You know, I haven't seen any of the Sonic flicks, but ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have the newsletter and if you didn't see Brick's live stream last night, I became slightly less of a bad nerd over the weekend and actually saw Alien. I know, and not Alien Romulus. I saw the first one. Brick, always fire. Gotta watch the YouTube, homies. Facts. Whoo! Dave is a super pro. Ah, boy. Thank you, Brick. But it's pretty easy. You have a pretty cool audience. Hello, Ghost Tab. What's up, man? Let's see. Chad Vader. It's been a while since I thought of Chad Vader. No. Hey, Dave and chat. What is up, Tragic, man? Thank you for stopping in. Let's see. Hello, Tragic. Hello, Ghost Tab. Very cool, guys. See, I love the Max Genius thumbnail at John Spencer. Got it. Man, genius. Let's see. Athena's well within reach. There is no doubt. I think it funds. Truly, like with 3 days to go, I think this thing happens. No, hello, Tragic. Skew Raider. Let's push some more buttons. Great salesman, as Dave said, Brick. Favorite new lineup there with AWOC and Valaverse. RoboForce, Monster Force. Great news, it's funding. All in as possible BBTSing some of them. Whew! Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. But all of it's so cool. It's hard to temper the wallet a little bit. Chocolate rain. Oh dear. All right, let's get through a few more of these and then I'll come back to it. One of my favorite characters. My genius. Kevin's really sorry that you can't make it again. He just wanted to say. No worries there, Donnie. Through a bit more. It wasn't going to get backed until the last week or two. You know, that was the thing, though. It looked like it wasn't. I mean, it was so slow to really get kicking. And then I guess that was unintentional bad pun about the Kickstarter thing, but it just pulled it off. It made it. Chad Vader's coverage is fire. All right, let's get one more. See, I will get Cronan. Is that where I stopped on Cronan? And I stopped on this one where his back is totally showing, huh? Is this one? Yep. Cronan. Wait, Cronan. I don't know. I need to pay more attention to names, but those are very cool. So again, ladies and gents, we have, let's see what we're up to here. All right, we're at 207,577 with 3 days to go. 250 gets Athena unlocked. So that's where we're at on the Brutal Realm Kickstarter. Congratulations to Realm Toys, man. That's awesome. All right, now I'm going to get out of here. You're going to see my face. Sorry about that. And now something else I want to bring up. We are going to get going. I know I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, but we're going to start in with getting some action figure photography contests going for September. And here we go on the Toypixx toy photography page. That would mean getting in on the grande level so that you can get in on that toy photo contest, which honestly, I think that you have a decent chance right now so far because I don't have tons of people on the grande level. The Patreon has been slow to grow. So if you want a shot at winning, you will get at least a $25 figure or higher, and it will be something I consider quite photogenic, meaning it's very likely not going to, in fact, I'm not going to say very likely. This figure will not have a waist cut. So there will be a reward, an award of sorts for the winner. The one thing I haven't done as far as making the big official announcement is I haven't gone in and figured out exactly how I'm going to make the votes work. So once the votes work, once I figure that out, I'm going to try and figure that out this week. I will announce it in the newsletter and all those good things and talk about it on the live stream, and we'll get this thing rolling. It's going to be a lot of fun. But not just this one. There will also be a free contest on YouTube. So if you're feeling crazy, you can enter both of them, pay $5 for the Patreon one, try the YouTube one for free. The thing is, the YouTube one is going to open up to a much larger audience. So That's where that one is. That's why the Patreon one might be more desirable. But on the other hand, if you can win the YouTube one, game on. But yes, once I get the voting figured out, that's what we're going with here. So there you go there. And now let's get one more piece of news here. Great, googly moogly. It's me again. Hi. All right. Want to talk about here real quick. Right now, Entertainment Earth has an end of summer sale, and you can see it right here on the screen. It's for in-stock items only, and you get the free shipping. So if you spend $100, you save 10, spend 200, save 25, spend 300, you save 50. Also, if you use code Toypixx and you don't want to spend quite that much, you will get free shipping on in-stock stuff for $59 or more. So play with this. I don't know what the actual deal is as far as like when you're already getting a certain monetary value off the purchase. I don't know what code Toypixx will give you. I don't know if it will give you an additional 10% or not. So if you decide to try this, give it a shot, throw in the code, and hopefully it'll help you out. I also have all kinds of Entertainment Earth links in the video description, as well as a lot of other links. So you can follow those and look around and see what you dig. So those are the big time announcements. And while we're here, we're going to jump into ODB real quick, because I want to start this conversation here with this guy. Open, open, open. Here we go. Now, this is Super 7 trying to do a figure without a lot of accessories. Now, you guys who've been watching me for a little while, you know that Super 7 as it is doesn't have a lot of articulation. So even though they usually come with a lot of accessories, I tend to not be all that inclined to check them out. I was curious about the 2003 Turtles, but we'll see what happens there. But here's ODB, and I want to show you for $35, you basically get a mic. Hold on. Let's get to, there you go. There you go. That's the, oh, wait. Does look like we might have an extra glasses or extra hat or something, but you don't get a whole lot. But again, it's $35. So I'm curious, what does everybody think of this? Are you more inclined to pick up Super 7 stuff because of this at a $35 price point that doesn't come with a lot of stuff? Now I'm going to catch back up on the chat while you guys formulate those crazy answers. Loving Crowman, yep. Ah, they're so good. They do look good. I need Vader. I need Brutal Vader. I think I'll call him Brutal Vader. Brutal Firefist. I likes it. Congrats, Dave. Nerdtastic awesomeness. You're killing it. Nerd points granted. Thank you, Stu. Actually, watching Alien, I felt more nerdy, and I couldn't feel better about it. It's pretty stoked. It was a really good movie. I wasn't surprised because so many people love it, but I was just surprised by how much I liked it. I like pre-order through BBTS for Kickstarter figures. You can skip the pledge and go for the add-ons. Pretty messed up on my end, but I gotta say for the medieval spawn, Ghost Tab, I totally get it, man. Don't worry. That medieval spawn is a glorious figure. Dave, you'll get the Spaceballs jokes on Alien now. Man, you know when you haven't seen a movie that's pretty old but really wormed its way into pop culture, I totally knew that the thing was going to jump out of the guy's chest and all that stuff. And, that's without, it was putting it together as it went along. I'm like, wait, pumping his gut full of oxygen, and then the face hugger thing goes away. But then the guy starts eating. I'm like, oh, this is where they got jumping out of people's chest from. So that part kind of sucked. But everything else, and it only sucked because I already had a feeling it was going to happen because of it finding its way through pop culture. Everything else, it was cool. See, the dancing chest burster. All righty. We're going to keep partying. Oh my God, rap. Brutal Fire Fist. That sounds awesome. You should ask Gavin to put that in the comic. All righty. I will push the button. Same on the skew radar. Hello, Mr. Element. Thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. See, good evening, Eric. I will now push more buttons as we just leave ODB on the screen. I'll try to kit bash Cronin to make a thunder. Oh, that's a good call. What are the other characters? I remember Thundar, and I remember what the others look like, but I don't remember their names. Like there's that little jelly guy. See, man, I don't want to go back to school. Oh, Gavin. Looks like the turtles are speaking for you, man. I still don't like seeing the back to school signs because it means the weather's getting colder. I don't really buy musicians. Eric, I'm with you, I think. I mean, I don't have any of them. I would consider it if the right one came along, I'm sure. So awesome. You can use the Toynami figure as a base for the stuff and things. Ooh, nice upgrade. He-Man is possible with that guy too. Looking to update He-Man same way. I'm still curious about what the charge is going to be on Mondo's 12 scale He-Man figures. John, Super 7 would have to knock it out of the park for me to get another of their figures or something I really love. You know, that's one thing with Super 7. Like I've said, the only figure that I've seen people review consistently well is Wingnut and Screwloose from their Turtles line. I never thought I would associate Wu-Tang Clan with Super 7 in my lifetime. Apparently, you are now associating Wu-Tang Clan with Super 7. Say, congratulations on watching Alien. Now you have to watch Aliens. This is true. And in fact, I totally forgot about the order you guys gave me. I was supposed to watch Conan the Barbarian first. So I guess that's the next one that I need to check out. So is it Conan the Barbarian then, and then go back to Aliens? I'm going to assume is the order you want here. Love ODB, one of my favorite figures. Awesome, man. So are you going to load up? Is he yours? Will you add him to your collection? Ghost Tab, Alien Romulus was great. I thought 75% of the movie was a 9 out of 10. Last part was dumb, but didn't ruin the movie for me. 8 out of 10. Okay, I've heard, like I haven't really heard, I've seen headlines or like titles of videos with people saying, that last little bit. So we'll see. I know I've got a friend saying, hey, you want to watch Romulus this weekend? And I'm going, oh man, I feel like I should at least see Aliens first. First time the four of us watched Alien, Mikey was scared for the entire night. Like he was scared out of his mind. I can see that. That xenomorph is so cool. I need one now. Thundar, Ariel, and Ukla the Mok. Mok. Okay, got it. Thank you, Skew. Ukla. Ukla was the one that looked kind of like, and he was before Chewie, so I guess that's unfair, but he looked kind of like Chewie, right? You know what really pushes my buttons? The fact that stores always put stuff out that's not even a holiday. Like there's probably like Halloween stuff in stores right now. It's September. Yeah, but man, that's pretty small. I've seen Christmas and Thanksgiving stuff in stores already. Halloween stuff, it's actually kind of late at this point. I hope they add articulation, Super 7. Man, you know, if those turtles do well, I'm very curious to see what they're going to do as far as articulation is concerned. Yes, stupid, 100%. All right, let me get a couple more of those and then, or a couple more of these, and we'll head back. I have ODB. Oh, so they've already made one. Did they make this one just with more accessories? Like, is this just a lesser, I don't want to say lesser, but lesser version of what you have because he doesn't have as much stuff? Yeah, plus get the quality up on their hands. They don't fit in very well sometimes. Oh, see, those are things I didn't know so much. I tend to hear more about loose joints. Facts. TMNT upgrades give hope. We're hoping. We're hoping. We'll see. You know, I said a couple more, but I've only got a few more comments to get through here. I have the Snake Eyes and Robin Hood from Super 7. Snake Eyes is decent. Robin Hood is great. Oh, really? Awesome. Okay. You don't need to know a lot of the history to watch any Aliens movie. It's basically a rabid dog being loose in a ship. Fantastic. Now I feel as though I know too much. I don't. I'm kidding. Aliens was scary now that I think about it. You know, Squirrel annoyed he looked exactly like a xenomorph. Nothing scared thinking about it. Ah, the xenomorph. That thing is glorious. That is one of the coolest designs. Does anybody know who came up with the alien? I haven't purchased Super 7 items in a long time, but just pre-ordered the new LED Eyes Lion-O and Mumra, even though I just know Lion-O's chest is going to be a brick. Those LED eyes, those did look kind of cool. I have to give it to him on that. See, this ODB is less accessories. Okay, so that's the only difference then. All right, and let's see. I'm really excited for the Super 7 2003 Turtles, and me and my brothers are proud of them. They're going to be cool, except, no, I'm sorry, Super 7, well, yeah, the Super 7 2003, and then NECA's doing the 2012. See, same figure. I hope Super 7, they add articulation. Brutal and AWOC are showing the way with articulation. Valaverse 2. So is Monster Force. Again, I would encourage anybody that hasn't seen Robo's Monster Force review to make sure and check that out. After this, of course. But, yeah, man, that Monster Force stuff, it looks so much better than the prototype images. All right. So that was that question there when it came to ODB. Let's get out of there. Something else I wanted to bring up, and I posted about this on Twitter, but they kind of suddenly went a little bit Amazing Yamaguchi crazy on Entertainment Earth, and I don't know if anybody else did, but check this stuff out. So we've got the pre-orders for this Arkham Knight Batman, and this one was tempting. But we've got a pre-order for him on Entertainment Earth, which kind of shocked me a little bit. They haven't had Amazing Yamaguchi stuff in a little bit. I think the last one I remember seeing was their Superman. Like their comic, I believe it was the Rebirth or New 52. We've got a Flash here that they're showing. We've got Reverse Flash. We've got Joker. And I want to click, oh, look at that. They've got the MAFEX Pattinson too. Of course I'm going to have to bring that up. But the first figure here that we're going to talk about that is absolutely photogenic is this Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Chun Li. And I know we've talked about her in the past, but now she's available. Like I said, links are in the description, but check this thing out. I didn't get through to see all the pictures. Ooh, that was kind of fun. Let's do that again. All right, here she is, kind of a little bit of a smile. Do it once more. Mufasa. There you go. That was, all right. You know what? I'm not going to make you guys go through that again. But plenty of accessories, of course. All kinds of hands, the kick effect. I have a hard time. I feel like I need to try Amazing Yamaguchi, but I need to try it with figures that are inspired more like anime type figures instead of superheroes. Chun Li, Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden, those are figures that maybe, although I don't want to double up on Chun Li, I might have a secret Chun Li showing up sometime soon. But yeah, I love what Revoltech does. And if you look at this, they seem to be, I'm not so sure about this elbow, like how huge that ball is there, but they seem to be really kind of cleaning up the aesthetic of the figures. Like there's not a lot of broken up stuff here on Chun Li. Now she's got those sleeves that kind of cover the shoulders, and I know that's a problem for a lot of people. But if we zoom in here, I mean, yeah, those are kind of weird, like in front of her elbows, the front of her arm. But aside from that, I think they're really cleaning it up. And I think Chun Li looks good. And like I said, first photogenic figure of the night. Oh, great. Googly moogly. Let's keep going. I really hope Super 7 makes Sonic action figures. That would be cool. Also, hi everyone just popping in. Thank you, Leo. I appreciate you saying hola to the people. This no jacket probably. Hit up GPS lot. Oh, GPS lot. If anybody doesn't know, check out GPS lot on eBay. That account has all the things for your figures. Let's see, H.R. Geiger designed. Okay, cool, Eric. Thank you. That thing, because that thing's wicked. That thing's a very cool design. And I wasn't even thinking of that until I was talking here. I just was like, ooh, okay. But seeing it in action instead of seeing it as a figure, I'm like, man, somebody really put some work into this. H.R. Geiger created the design of the Xenomorph. H.R. Geiger, huh? Seems like the dude knew what was up. See, who the heck was that? I think that was another version of you. Oh, dear. No, I'm clearing my throat as I talk. Let's see. Got it, Harry. Thank you, sir. Whew. There I go, asking questions. See, good job. You beat me by a second. Hey, you guys all know this stuff that I'm sitting here trying to figure out. I'm good. See, Mobius designed the mechanical equipment, I think. Really? Oh, man. I have to look at some of that stuff. See what's going on with all of it. That Chun Li elbows are nightmare fuel. That's what I'm saying. Those are the weird part. But because of the way her sleeves are done, at least we're not seeing the scary shoulders. All right. Keep going through. Side-eye kick instead of spin star. Yeah, that was kind of fun. I hadn't gone through the images that much, so that kind of surprised me. Amazing Yamaguchi are better for robots, so the articulations are not super noticeable. And that makes sense too. Like, I will make exceptions for robot figures because I figure they're not going to move like people anyway. Their joints won't look like people either. Good Amazing Yamaguchi are the Evangelion. Let's see, Zone of Enders or the Gurren Lagann line. Oh, man. Okay, this is stuff. I know Evangelion, Zone of Enders, or the Gurren Lagann. I've seen the Gurren Lagann words, so I'll have to look into some of that stuff. I've seen words, guys. That happens. Yay, words. See, oh yeah, if you're probably wondering, yes, me and my brothers all have hair. It's not for the reason you think. We're actually in a different dimension. I can see the turtles with like Captain Kirk hair. Maybe since they were doing crossovers with Star Trek and everything. Nerdzoic has MAFEX Blue Hush Batman on pre-order for $79.99. That is awesome, folks. The MAFEX Blue Hush Batman is the figure that turned me into an action figure snob. So if you want to get a sweet one, that's the one to get. I gotta get a hold of Nerdzoic and find out what's going on. I think that would be a lot of fun. If you take in the figure form as a whole and not fixate on each individual segment, that Chun Li is looking nice. Yeah, and that's what, it's just the elbows. Everything else looks phenomenal on this thing. And the fact that if we look back a few years to what Rebel Tech was doing, where they almost looked like almost mechanical versions of the characters. Now it's crazy how much better they are. Rick and I had brought up the Marvel Legends. Like the early Marvel Legends had just crazy ball jointed, like they were clearly going for articulation, but as time went on, the style evolved and things got smoother. I think that's where we're at with Rebel Tech. I think they're really starting to figure it out. The My Little Pony friendship is magic, by the way. Mikey, you weren't supposed to tell everyone that. Oh, dear. See, thank for the heads up. Yep, that's awesome. I saw him on BBTS, but I didn't know that Nerdzoic had it. See, the 3 joint knees are a little weird too. I'll have to look at those a little closer. Like in this pose, it doesn't look that strange. Whew, must push buttons. Get through a couple more. It's Morbin. Oh, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Egad. See, I feel like Amazing Yamaguchi can make some pretty good robot action figures with their joints. Am I the only one that thinks that? I don't think so. Sounds like a couple people are on that train. All right, so that's what we got as far as Chun Li's concerned. As far as EE goes with her, now let's keep going. Obviously, like I said, here's a Battinson, MAFEX. Of course, I'm going to bring that up. And we're going to scroll down because I saw some other stuff, but I got to be honest, I was actually kind of under the weather today, which is rare for me. So I didn't get all the images that normally I would have grabbed. So I know exactly who I want to talk about. I just need to go through here and find them. That's why I stopped at Chun Li real quick. La da 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 da. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. I'll give you a topic. The sandwich is neither a sand nor a witch. Old SNL for everybody there. I still want SNL figures. All right. Keep going. What am I missing? I am missing so much. Here we go. Okay. Now, we have this Cyborg and we have Red Hood. Now, obviously, you can get them separately. I just wanted to click on this. Although at Entertainment Earth, you can't get them separately because Cyborg is sold out. But I put the link there because chances are he'll come back. That's just kind of how this stuff works. Now, I would consider Red Hood to be a photogenic figure. He comes with alternate hands, he comes with weapons, all that good stuff. Cyborg himself doesn't come with any extra hands or anything else, so he's in the description, but he's a little further down because, like I said, I'm not looking at him and thinking photogenic. I mean, I think the figure itself looks amazing. So I guess I shouldn't necessarily say that, but he just doesn't have enough going on for me to think this guy is somebody that should be in the old collection. Now, Red Hood, see, this is one thing, man. Entertainment Earth doesn't put up the pictures that they need to be putting up for me. Might have to run over to BBTS here in a little bit. But yeah, Red Hood, I think, with the caveat that I always throw out there about McFarlane stuff, you never know what's going to happen around the waist and the hips. Like, it's always going to depend on the diaper cutout. Sometimes you don't even know about the diaphragm joint because once in a while they cut those really weird. I talk about the Sportsbike. I think you kind of need that if you're getting your Red Hood. And then we have the Halo Reach Re-Edit Emile. Hey, 239 Noble 4. I've already said more than I know, but he's 204.99 here. Now, I want you to know I have this link in the description, but I also have it from HLJ, which is closer, Hobby Link Japan, which is more like 150. But I don't know what the shipping would be. So if you're looking for this, click on the link, see if you can figure out what the shipping would be to get a hold of this thing. But yeah, I know it was brought to my attention that this thing's rather pricey, and I do think I agree. As with everything that seems pricier than it should be, I'm assuming it was a smaller run, and I'm also going to assume that they don't think, or that it was a smaller run because they don't think a lot of people are going to go nuts for it. But you can find much cheaper options, especially on imports, than sites like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. But it looks cool. And this is something, like I was telling Brick, and I told the chat yesterday, the last video game I really got into was Halo 3. So while I recognize the weapon there, I did not get into Reach at all. But plenty of stuff there to make this a truly photogenic figure. I think I went a little Brokaw there for a minute. All right, so let's see how the chat's going. Catch up a bit. Skew Raider, good, better job on Chun Li's legs. They are improving. That's what I'm saying, man. I think that they're getting to a point where things are looking a lot more seamless. Rebel Tech puzzle piece capes getting much better. Oh, the puzzle piece capes. Yeah, I'm glad they're starting to make a few more cloth goods when it comes to that stuff. Oh my goodness, must push the buttons. But yes, what might be said is true. We're in the MIP, or My Little Pony dimension, which is actually Gavin's new comic that he's making. The comic is called Ninjas of Harmony. Woo, very nice. No peace. That's right. I also read Last Ronin last week or the week before. I'm catching up. See, definitely improved. Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Chun Li. All right. Martine Vargas. Thanks for stopping by, man. Check that Chun Li's turtle. What? This is when I just keep scrolling. All right. What are you talking? Uh-oh. It's the shells. We'll go with the shells. Ghost tab, but there is no T in sandwich. This is true. Oh, it's been a while. Was that the one that Madonna was hosting? Or was it Streisand? It was one of those two. It was crazy that SNL actually had them. See, I don't like the Cyborg design that much. He is too smooth. He should be more robotic, Frankenstein-esque. Ah, got it. Oh, dear. The reason the sandwich is called a sandwich is because, let's see, sandwich, I guess, funny. Mikey, did you hear? No. Oh, poor Mikey. Let's see. Ghost tab for the new McFarlane bike. I think if you're going to get Red Hood, I think the bike is pretty rad. If you're not going to get Red Hood, you may skip the bike. Yeah, Cyborg is rather smooth here. He's smooth. That's how he gets, you know, the Cyborg ladies. Harry, named after the Earl of Sandwich. Fantastic. All right. I would now push the buttons. That customizer that did Marvel, let's see, the you and Brick highlighted, Dave, equals fire. Yeah, those McFarlane customs were ridiculous. That Galactus, man. I was trying to put together what he used to make that Galactus, and I don't know if there was some 3D printing or something that went on to add to it, or what was going on, but that Galactus blew me away. That thing was sweet. Ghost tab. Most HLJ would charge 30 to 40 for shipping. Still cheaper than US. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I know that when I order an import from Ami, it's usually between 20 and 25 bucks for shipping. But I get DHL too, which is kind of faster. See, Paramount Plus took all the Halo hype from me. Man, that is too bad. Like, I heard about that. I didn't watch the Halo series, but a friend of mine was telling me about it. He's like, yeah, they really built it up for the first 2 seasons to get to what we actually know of as Halo. And then the plug got pulled. Let's see. Last Ronin was a legit read for me. I would love for NECA to do the classic turtles from the Last Ronin. Man, you know they're going to. NECA goes super deep on that stuff. It's going to happen. Like, I have no doubt that's going to happen. You're also going to somehow get the bull with the 4 turtles at the end. I'm sure that's going to happen too. Hey guys, how's the live stream? Oh yeah, we're doing good. Live stream is doing good. Everything is good. Okay. So many characters, Gavin. Twilight's a pony, I believe. Problem with the McFarlane bike is that the toys are no 1/12 scale, so we can't use it with other 1/12 scale figures. That's true. That's true. So it's kind of like if you're into 1/10, if you're into McFarlane scales or sizing, then you're good to go. Now, one thing is the 89 Batmobile, and some of the Batmobiles seem to be scaled a little more 1/12, maybe more like 1/11 or so. So I keep toying with the idea of getting at least the 89 Batmobile, but we will see. But yes, I see what you're saying there. And I'm a 1/12 guy, so it probably wouldn't interest me all that much, but who knows? See, you gotta stop, Leo and Twilight. Say it again. Let's see. Oh dear. Oh boy, the kids are ripping on each other again. Ghost Tab. I ordered Macross Chogokun from import sites, and those have die cast, and I pay around 40 USD, and those are 10-inch-ish figures with die cast. That's pretty impressive. I wonder if they go more on, I know in the US it's either like it's a combination of weight and box size, but then the USPS has like flat rate shipping boxes where if you can fit, like whatever you can fit in the box will ship for X amount of money and all that, like the same price. So I wonder if they have something like that out there. Because 10-inch figures, I mean, MAFEX used to have fairly large boxes. They still do, actually. So I wonder if part of the cost that we get, or I'm sure part of the cost is the fact that the boxes are a little larger. But yeah, I don't know much. I just know it's around 20 to 25 usually when I order from AmiAmi. UPS and FedEx have flat rate shipping now too. There we go. Okay, now let's keep this train moving. And we haven't gone too far off track. I'm so proud of you guys. Just because I'm so easily the squirrel guy. Okay, now we have Punisher and Bushwacker, which they are up. They've been up for a little bit, but I thought they were worth talking about. And here's why. I am not the guy that, I mean, you guys know if you've been watching for any length of time, you know I'm not the waist cuts guy. Bushwacker to me, meh. I mean, it's cool to have a new character, but it's not good enough for photos, for what I do photo-wise. Now, if you guys love getting these things for your photos, game on. If you can make them look good, fantastic. Punisher here, however, if it weren't for the waist cut, everything else about Punisher is really good. And it's not even a waist cut so much, it's that diaphragm cut. See, this is the stuff that drives me crazy. Hold on, let's get in there. Come on now, Frank. Let me in there. There we go. Now you see how when he twists like this, you got the skull moving way over to the side, the top of the skull, and then the teeth of the skull are still way over here. That's what a ball peg waist would correct. That's why I want Marvel Legends to start doing ball peg waists, but if they do, die wallet die. I probably need a shirt that says that. But yeah, I think Punisher overall, and you'll see why. I guess just good looks. Bushwacker looks cool, although that arm is a little questionable, I would say. but there's just not enough to him. And I'll show you. See, there we go. There's the little explosion effect, which I think is really cool. But look at everything Frank comes with. Like, that's pretty good. That's a great spread. If they were selling Frank on his own, I would say that's a 6 out of 7. That's a photogenic figure with a caveat that just watch out for how you twist him at the diaphragm, possibly waist. Just because, like I said, you'll lose some of the design aspect. But I think Frank looks really good, and that's why I wanted to talk about these guys. So that's where we're at with the Punisher and Bushwacker. Now I shall keep going, making sure I hit everything that I wanted to talk about. I know I want to talk about the Universal Monsters / TMNT black and white NECA figures. I know we've talked about them before, but they are up for pre-order. So, you know, they technically fit the theme. We also have a Mezco Dick. So if anybody is into this, he does look good. Like I say, a lot of Mezco stuff looks good, but he's kind of like Spider-Man, where he should be a super acrobatic figure. And because he has the cloth goods, I don't know that he'll be able to move like you would want him to move. But I could be wrong. And it's tough to tell sometimes because of how much Mezco photoshops their pictures. Like, let me go back through here. There's no real bend at the waist there that they've got going. I can't tell. Like, he's clearly twisting there at the diaphragm. There's definitely some forward bend. But yeah, I think he looks cool. And if you're into Mezco, you might want to pick him up. I think I pretty much settled on the fact that Mezco, if I start going down the Mezco train, it's going to be their own IP. I think that MAFEX has me covered when it comes to Marvel and DC, although I was mentioning on last night's live stream that I would love for MAFEX to kind of sort of branch off and do their own designs for some popular characters, like Mezco does. I do like that aspect of what Mezco does. That would be very cool, I think. So yeah, there you go, man. Grayson is available now. He's up for pre-order. Game on and go, go, go if you digs you some Grayson. Oh man, so much Funko. They shouldn't even be in action figures. Like, I click action figures. I don't want to see Funko show up. What the heck, man? Maybe I didn't click action figures. I think I did, though. Excuse me while I clear my throat. Oh, where are those stinking turtles? I might just have to type in turtles. I figured they'd be here somewhere, but now I'm just flying blind, basically. We'll scroll through this page, and if they're still not there, I will simply look them up because they do look pretty sweet. And anybody that's into the whole black and white motif would probably dig them. All right, here we go. It's about time I found them. Great googly moogly. Blow up. There we go. So you get the creature. That's kind of different because I would expect the Hunchback, but I believe the Hunchback comes with the Wolfman in a separate 2-pack. And I was at a Walmart over the weekend, and they already have these 4-packs there. So if you don't want to order them, because right now they're still on pre-order here, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, they're still on pre-order. You might get to check your local Walmart and pick them up there, because there were 2 or 3 where I was. But yeah, I mean, I like everything they come with. NECA, as always, their articulation could use some help, but these are kind of, I dare say, these are sort of art pieces. You know, they're not, I mean, they move a little bit like action figures, but they're more just to have something cool on your shelf, I think. And I've got the 4 original turtles, but I saw the Leo creature yesterday, and I thought maybe I should get that. I didn't, but someday Leo will be mine. So I wanted to bring them up, and now I'm going to check in on the chat, and then we'll move over to BBTS, see what we've got going on there, and then we'll see what you guys caught over the week that maybe I missed. You guys done? Okay, Leo, we'll stop. Yeah, we won't do it again. Yeah. You guys are lying, aren't you? Oh, they're such teenagers, those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like it's in the name or something. See, that Bushwacker can be a future Captain America mold. Not crazy about the arm shape. I'm not crazy about the arm shape, and I'm not sure I'm crazy about anything else there when it comes to the finger cannon as well. Let's see. All right. Sorry. Had the mom texting. And I will bring up, she wanted me to bring up something, and I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, when you hear things from time to time that you go, that's not a big deal and all that stuff. Well, I've had 2 people recently throughout the Twitter, like the X, which is still where a lot of stuff's going on X right now for Toypixx. I don't know how I did it, but somehow people are really digging playing on X with Toypixx, and I'm good with it. But I've had 2 people now so far talk about how they took their very first toy photo because of some stuff that I had posted. And I thought, okay, that's really cool. And I never thought I would be that guy to sit here and say, man, that's just really cool. I thought I'd sit there and go, yeah, well, whatever. But no, that's sweet. And I was really stoked to see that. So that's been a cool thing as far as Toypixx is concerned, for me anyway. I like the Punisher figure, except for the eyes of the logo. It looks like it's laughing. I didn't notice, but you're not wrong. Oh, dear. Oh, man. Yep. Now that you say that, I'm going, uh-oh. See, it looks like they made the Punisher logo to move like that intentionally. It does. And it still breaks it up, you know? Like maybe they tried to make it as close as they could without having to worry about the ball peg, but that ball peg would make all the difference. Looks like the teeth are part of the belt. Odd decision, but looks intentional. You're not wrong, and maybe that's the deal. Maybe they meant to do that because in some design it's like that. But I don't know. I've always thought the Punisher logo was more just printed on the shirt. See, at first it was funny with Donnie. Now it's getting stupid. Wait a minute. Donnie, that's your way of getting revenge on me for making fun of you in April. Oh, yes. Oh, kids these days with their turtling ways. That sounded wrong. Don't ever repeat that. So glad Marvel brought back the original logo for the Punisher. Some things just look cool. I was kind of surprised actually that they did that, but I thought that was pretty sweet as well. Just because of everything that's going on in the world with things like that logo. See, fair enough. Now we can get back to watching the live stream, please. Got it. Sweet. La da 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 da. I will now push more buttons. Bushwacker arms and hand look weird. Not wrong. Speaking of dicks, that soft goods dick looks mid. You think so? See, I think he looks pretty good. I like sort of the redesign they did. He's not something that I would get, like I said, but it's not so bad. I don't know. Let's see. I'm here. We can start now. Oh, thank goodness. All right, everybody. You may now start chatting. Spaded One has joined the chat. I needed that for a dramatic pause, and so the voice didn't just decide, hey, I don't want to work anymore. Mezco Nightwing is on my list. I love the Mezco Destro I got. One of my favorites this year. I've heard good things, and I believe you've talked about that Mezco Destro in the past too. He does look good, man. It's tough for me to be like, oh man, what do I do for Mezco? I still think I need a Gomez. Still think I need a Gomez. I love Mezco's own IP more than licensed stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of their stuff. My only problem is I would get so irritated with missing out on pre-orders that I might try one, and if I didn't get it, I'd just be done with it. 145? That's a good price. It's not bad. It's, what is it? Let's see. Yeah, 145 would be, because usually they sell for between, I think they sell for about 35 bucks a piece. I think it's $34.99. So the fact that it's 10 bucks or 5 bucks cheaper isn't so bad. Let's see. Gavin Studios, Pizza-rific. I do enjoy Pizza-rific times. Let's see, not bad with a black and white paint job. Not bad. I concur. That, to me, that would be really difficult to do. To try and find exactly the right shades, the right hues, all that stuff. And make sure that parts are differentiated from each other. It would be tough. They've got real artists working over there at NECA. I love that I'm not the only one who says great googly moogly. What was it? That was I think I started saying it after, I think it was a Snickers commercial. It was this old guy that was just like, great googly moogly. It's like, I've always thought old guys were hilarious. Like in Transformers, the movie, Cup was my favorite character. I'm about to post all 9 of my Universal and TMNT color figs on Mercari. Need space. Womp womp. I understand the space. And if somebody's got to go, I understand even looking at it and saying, okay, who do I get rid of? And picking that. Let's see. Dang, man. I will now push more buttons. See, I'm just waiting for the day that they make Raph Wolverine and Mikey's Deadpool. Oh, that would be accurate. Except I still don't think the Turtles have ever had any kind of Marvel crossover as much as they were into Daredevil for their creation. I know for a fact that on the Target website they have something for the Sonic 3 movie. Where's Sonic? Let's see. Where is Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow? But they're all 5 in, and Sonic and Shadow can line up. We might give the Sonic stuff a check when we're done going through some of this other stuff that I found. Let's see, awesome. Congrats, Dave. It is cool and true. Very helpful guides. Grazie, sir. I appreciate it. Whew, Nightwing is not muscular, but he is agile muscular. That armor from Mezco looks off in Nightwing. I can see people thinking that, for sure. It's totally going to be a subjective call on that one. I think it looks pretty good, which, yeah, we can just disagree on that part, and I'm totally good with it. You're still allowed in the stream, like restrictive, and there could be something there. You're not wrong there. So we'll see. It's kind of like we were talking about the MAFEX Cyclops. And his arm is a little restrictive because of the gold bar or the gold kind of shoulder pad on it. Definitely need a Gomez. Just gotta have the funds when one is released. I might just decide, you know what? If I'm just getting a Gomez, I might just hit up eBay and be like, all right, I'm just gonna drop it and get this. See, I want to know what McFarlane Toys are doing. Let's see. McFarlane, more like McFarlane. Oh dear. Get out of here, Spider Criminal. I don't think Spider Criminal's wrong. Let's see. How did Spider Criminal? Oh, let's see. No idea. That I do not want to find out. Oh boy. No, I think Spider Criminal makes some decent points, to be honest. Let's see. Gomez's are cool. Super cool. I think, like I've said, I think the Mork one or the James Bond ones are the ones that kind of catch my eye. All right. Now, like I said, we're going to get out of Entertainment Earth here. I'm going to do the whole whoop, clicked out. We're going to add in, oh, great googly moogly, it's my face again. And there I go with the great googly moogly. And that almost sounded like ogly doggly. So there you go. You've got Hush stuff here as well. And I know they said Nerdzoic has this Batman. Check him out. See if he's got these other figures. I'm actually tempted by Hush. Oddly enough, I'm getting a lot of the Hush line, and I didn't get Hush. So we'll see. Here's Brutal Realm on BBTS. So like I said earlier, if you're not so comfortable with a Kickstarter option, you have them on BBTS. So there's that. Now, the other stuff I wanted to check out here. Open, open, open. We have this guy, Baki Hanma from Storm Collectibles. I think I just said Storm. Storm. Now, I don't know anything about the character, but I do know we're looking at some cloth goods that look like they fit. Like that actually looks like those cloth goods are done pretty well. And that can be tricky to do. I don't know about the pants. Those look like they're pleated there, so they're not supposed to be sweats, but they kind of fit like sweats. But maybe that's how it's supposed to be. You guys can let me know if you know anything about this character. But basically, anytime Storm shows something off, egad, man, their stuff is awesome. I just don't, they're closer to 1/10 scale, the 1/12, even though they advertise it as 1/12. So I don't pick any of it up. And it doesn't help when I don't know what the characters are. But I do like the look of the stuff that they put out. And I think if you're into this, these are all figures that really are going to be great for photography. Whoa. Plenty of head sculpts, obviously. A little bit of, what was that? Some beat up, few scars going on here. Few scars going on here. Okay, I'm going to assume that he gets beat up quite a bit. Or he's been in a lot of fights and somehow won them all. Here we go. Now, that's not the best picture for showing stuff off here. But he's got some shoes going on. Looks like 4 different heads / face plates. Looks like he has 12 hands, so like 6 pairs. And I don't know if these go around his wrist. I didn't really notice what those were. They're these little white things I'm circling with the arrow right now. Not sure what's going on there. And I'm not going to take up any more time to go back and check it out. This guy, though, here, if you think he looks cool, head over to BBTS, give him a grab. He's kind of, if you're into Storm, I think he's just another one that's going to be awesome. All right. I think that was that. I know there's 5 more things for sure that I want to check out. Beyond, of course, you knew I was going to talk about these. Now, if you watched Brick's live stream last night, you saw us talk about these quite a bit. But that doesn't mean I won't talk about them because shameless MAFEX fanboy here. Now, who is into the Age of Apocalypse? I tend not to veer outside the 616, but I'm a mark for Wolverine. So I may end up jumping in and grabbing Weapon X. We'll see. I'm trying to be controlled with the spending, but it's Wolverine. And it's like a year out anyway. So, ugly dude, which makes him even cooler, especially considering MAFEX has such a clean style. And you gotta love him going after Cyclops. That happens in every multiverse, I think we decided last night. So yeah, there's our boy Logan, who's super awesome. And our boy Cyclops, who is super lame because he's Cyclops, and Cyclops is always lame. However, this I-beam accessory is really cool. And this is what I was talking about when I was saying that his shoulder pad was definitely going to be restrictive. Something that I brought up on the live stream last night is that the hair on all the MAFEX figures is fairly hard plastic. So when you're trying to move his head, say, back a little bit, you're not going to get it to go back very far. In fact, with this head, you're only going to get his head to maybe turn a little bit to his left, not much more, if even that. So you got to be prepared for some restrictions with Cyclops here, which is another reason why he's lame. He's Cyclops, he's lame, he's an awful character. Cyclops must be destroyed in all forms. I'm kidding, he's not like Duke. Duke must actually be destroyed. Cyclops can be cool. He's demonstrated such things. But yeah, I think, you know me with MAFEX, if you've been watching for a while. You know I'm, of course, a big old fan of the MAFEX. You also see what's going on here. I'm wondering if these are plug-in accessories, because if they're not, they just kept that exact same face sculpt. So I'm just wondering if you maybe pull out the eye and plug in this eye beam and then plug in the really sweet eye effect. But yeah, of course, I'm going to be super stoked about the MAFEX stuff. But the stuff that I was really looking forward to, or the stuff I wanted to talk about that, oh, come on, get back there, that I don't see on too many spots, and there was one more guy, by the way, and it looks like I talked about Entertainment Earth getting these amazing Yamaguchi things coming in. It looks like maybe BBTS has done the same thing. So you've got that Batman there. Now I want to go to, I believe his name's Yuto Horigome. Let's see if I'm right. Hey, look at that. This guy, what I like about this is a kid that did sweet at the Olympics as a skateboarder. And here's what I'm wondering. So SH Figure Arts, you know, we've heard that it takes as much as 9 months to a year to produce a figure. Longer if they're trying to get licensing, I'm sure. So this thing was probably a year in development anyway, possibly a little longer. And then he went out and he was a sweet Olympian. So I'm wondering if maybe SHF just got lucky. And they're like, oh, look, we're making an Olympian figure. We didn't know that was going to happen, but check this dude out. So I just like kind of the story of that. And SHF just hitting a home run because of that kind of thing. Now, I don't know if this figure is going to sell super well. My assumption is, since he's such a great skateboarder, he might do pretty well. He might be somebody, I mean, he won't have the recognition of somebody like a Michael Jordan probably, but I'd be willing to bet he'll do pretty well. So I just thought I'd bring him up. I thought that was super cool. And then the last things that I had to talk about are some Little Armory sets that went up. Now, Little Armory, they're smaller than a lot of the 112 scale stuff we've gotten, even though they technically are 112 scale, or at least what they say. They're only like, I think it's 5.3 inches tall or something. Hold on. Yep, 5.3 inches tall. And they're kind of cool figures, but what I really appreciate about them is the weapons they come with. Like, check that out. And they're, of course, pretty, I mean, they can move. Clearly, we're looking at cloth goods there as far as the skirt's concerned. Extra hands. There's the whole crew of the ones that I was going to show you this fine evening. So I think they're cool. I'm not somebody that's going to pick them up, but I would be lying if I said I didn't think they were pretty sweet. That is the Variant D. Here is the Variant E. And again, they just make killer weapons. So I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, you know what? Why not spend $73.99 so we can get something like this? We don't even need the figure. We just need the weapons. And that is a sick and wrong and twisted way to think, ladies and gentlemen. We shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't be like that. But those weapons are phenomenal. And here is Variant F. These are just things, like I said, that I found while I was going through. Just really cool accessories. And I do, the more I see the group shot, the more I kind of like it. That kind of cracks me up. And then two more things, and then I forgot about one more figure that I got to talk about. And then we'll get into things I may have missed. Here's a loadout set here that obviously comes with a lot of faceplates that you can use for your little armory figures, but you've also got all kinds of other stuff that can happen. I don't know about these decals as far as if they're water decals or anything like that. But obviously they're showing here what all you can do, how to add it all to people. And then there's one more loadout set. And this one looks to be just more of the same. A lot of faces, some hands going on, a lot of other extra parts. We've got some, let's see, magazines going on here, clips, if you will. We've got a radio. I mean, it's not something I would get into, but I do think they look cool. And I think I like the juxtaposition, yay words, of kind of the anime figure with the ultra realistic weapons. I think that's just a cool look. And so we'll get out of there. I'll get through one more figure, and then we'll head back to the chat, see how everybody's doing, how everybody's stoked, what everybody's talking about, find out what I missed. Here we go. 5K Toys. We have Quinn Lee from Cocaine Studio. I, of course, would prefer to say Cocaine Studio, but that would be horrible. I should never say such things. Now, obviously, Quinn Lee's middle name is Chun, so we've got to figure that without all these extra accessories you're seeing on the bottom here, just looks like a figure that would be on a game or maybe even a background character. Looks cool, for sure. That would be the promotion bundle. Here she is with all the things. This is on 5K Toys. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not. She's 1/12 scale. And of course, it was a Chun Li style figure, so I figured I better check on this thing. Looks tough. It looks like a really good figure. Again, I'm pretty much Street Fightered in on Jada, but that doesn't mean that somebody else might not think this thing looks cool. Like, look at that pose. That's ridiculously good. Also ridiculously good. Although, to be honest, to be fair, we can't exactly see what the legs are doing, but considering so many companies can get them to go straight out these days, it wouldn't surprise me if this one did the same thing. Wow. Okay. So she's getting her stretches in. And then we've got a little bit of, I don't even know, a little bit of low kick, maybe? Oh, apparently you can swap some parts there that I wasn't expecting. And then here are parts to make her slightly more familiar, I would say. So yeah, Quinn Lee, Quinn/Chun Li is pretty accurate, I think. And then we click on this. Kicking out the characters. They were very careful not to put her in all her gear, obviously. But I think she looks pretty cool too. It's tough, man. You go through all this stuff and you go, man, I would buy it all. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I have guidelines. Because that would be bad for all things concerned. Now, let's see what's going on in the chat. Holy crud. It's been a while since I checked up on you guys. My bad. Oh my gosh, let's go. Let's see. Honestly, Spider Criminal isn't wrong. McFarlane is just making some crappy figures. I keep thinking they're turning it around. So maybe they're going to do okay. Maybe they're going to turn it around and make some really good stuff. I keep hoping. Like I say, my disappointment in McFarlane is that he used to be such a great artist, and his figures just don't live up to his own name. I pledged for the Kickstarter, Medieval Spawn. I liked the figure even after he moved the goalpost with the bonuses. Oh, I didn't know he did that, Ghost Tav. That's a shame, but I know it was also funded like in no time. So maybe the bonuses are just at this point gimmies. I'm not sure. Spaded one. I've seen this black and white 4-pack in hand. It hits different in real life. The paint is phenomenal. Man, that's cool to hear because it just looks like it would be, as somebody that would try and paint their stuff to maybe look like that, if I were super sweet at customizing, it looks like it would be so difficult to try and get the hues just right on those grays because you'd want to keep parts separate and all that, and it just wouldn't happen. Like for me anyway, my degree is in painting and drawing, which is at least half a BS degree because I was a terrible painter. I could draw, but I was a terrible painter. So I know that I would probably blow it on those NECA turtles, even though I'd just be trying to pick colors off like a color sheet and just plugging them into the computer. It would be rough. The Holiday Gomez is the best first Mezco, still great priced and a bunch of stuff. Holiday Gomez. He comes with a big holiday basket, I believe, or a big present, which makes some sense. Let's see. His neck looks too short. Let's see. Baki is a cool anime if you were into martial arts anime genre. Okay, I'm going with Baki is who you meant, John. I'm sorry. Clearly, I need to come back to the chat a little more often. Let's see. Holy crap, I was watching some of Sonic let's see, Toast videos, and he met Rob. Let's see. Here, I'm going to have to actually push buttons. Oh, dear. Some of Sonic Toast videos, and he met Rob Pulsing. Apparently, he also did the voice of Antoine, the guy from Sonic. Not bad. That's pretty sweet. Whew. So much dead air. My bad. Antoine was a character from the Sonic Saturday morning cartoon. So yes, he is a character. Just thought I'd clear that up. That's okay, Gavin. I appreciate it, man. Ghost Tab. Doesn't me talk. No. A really cool clip is when Baki tries to hold his strength in phys ed class and his body shuts down and falls apart because he's too strong. You know what? That happened to me in phys ed once. I couldn't move anymore. It was really quite embarrassing. That didn't happen to me. John never got into Age of Apocalypse. You know, I didn't so much either. But I don't hate the design work on it. I didn't get the Magneto, though, because, again, I try to keep it in the 616. That's my problem. If I get Logan, suddenly I'll be going nuts on all the AOA. I hope Chompy doing fine without him. Let's see. I'm sure he's fine. Raph. Let's see. April and the others probably taking care of them. I just missed the little alien turtle. Turtle. Oh, Dana Carvey. Oh, you know what else I forgot to talk about, and I don't have it called up, so no worries. There's a Laurel and Hardy set of action figures, and I think that would be super fun if they expanded that line a little bit. AOA Designs is not my cup of tea, with the exception of Colossus. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Colossus does look pretty good. My problem is Wolverine is my cup of tea. Age of Apocalypse Wolverine seriously needs a haircut and a new alarm. Great googly moogly. Maybe a haircut. You gotta wonder with all those healing powers, how often does Wolverine need a haircut? It's gotta be all the time. Like, you know, he's going to the barber daily. Stop the Cyclops slander. Who, me? Don't worry, he's not Duke. If he were Duke, then we'd have real problems. See, my favorite is Game of Death. Doubles as Bruce Leroy. Thanks for the heads up from Jay Hernandez on Head Sculpt from Nico Hodges. Dream come true figure. Wants a Shonuff the Shogun of Harlem someday. Man, you're saying all these words that make sense. I just feel like I need to know more. I'm assuming that goes with Baki. See, why does Wolverine hate Cyclops so much? Two words, love triangle. See, that I think that's kind of been overplayed. Like that was a little bit way back when, and then they put it in the movies, and then they put it in the animated series. Like it's something that I don't think is necessary anymore, but I understand, you know? Let's see, before the X-Men movies, Cyclops was the main character for X-Men. He has one of the best arcs in the comics. See, he has a good arc, but he was so lame. I don't know, like to me anyway, there wasn't, and yet leaders need to be a little more level headed and all that stuff. And then he gets super evil almost. I mean, I see what you're talking about. And it wasn't, for me, it wasn't the movie thing so much. It was really him in the comics. Like one of the things that I think they should do, I think Storm should be the leader of the X-Men. Like she has this gravitas that Cyclops doesn't have. Like that's your leader right there. Maybe that's part of it too, because Storm, I have three mutants that I'm always a big fan of, and it's Wolverine, it's Storm, and it's Magneto. And I just see Storm as the rightful heir to the X-Men leadership crown. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's sort of the same reason with Duke, is I see Flint as the leader of G.I. Joe, but his is more based on what his rank actually is. And the fact he's a way cooler character. Those AOA are fire. More MAFEX fire? Not surprised. Yeah, man. Like, I was kind of stoked that they were AOA figures because I thought, sweet, I don't have to spend money. And then I realized, wait, but the one is Logan. Crap. Hot take. Until the late 90s, Cyclops was cooler than Wolverine. He wasn't all. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I'm totally good with everybody thinking what they're thinking, so no worries there. There was something, and maybe like my first real comic was Wolverine #8, which is the one with Joe Fixit on the cover and the blue background. So maybe that colors it a little bit too. I might have to look back and try and give Cyclops another chance. I hate the long hair design for Cyclops. Super restrictive and looks like it's floating in most poses. Yeah, it's going to be something that doesn't move well. Like the closest figure I have to a comparison of what that head's probably going to do is Huntress. And Huntress, cool figure, she looks the part, but there's a lot of limits to her posability because of her hair. Yuto Horigome. Is it Horigome? Horigami? I don't know. I need to learn Japanese. Like, seriously, I want to learn Japanese. One of those things where I'm just going to bust out Babel one day and try and learn Japanese and Spanish and see what happens. I don't like how Figuarts does real people. He looks like he owns a Death Note and a Death God made of a ghoul. Yeah, I think I could see that a little bit. Although I think Figuarts does head sculpts usually fairly well. So there might be something like I still have my Luke Skywalker Figuarts from The Mandalorian, and I think they do a great job. Like that head sculpt is phenomenal. So maybe it just depends on the figure. Let's see. I like the, let's see, rectical effect on Psych. Hair needs a Troy Polamalu shampoo consultation. I haven't heard his name in forever. Oh, wow. Yeah, he does. It's too bad they don't have like they have a sculpt where his hair is up like this so he can look up and do a lot more with it. I've always wondered if a company's ever going to do something like that or even do articulated hair where it can move so that there's not so much restriction. The only thing cool about Cyclops is he dated Jean Grey and Madeline Pryor. Ooh, shots fired. Oh, poor Psych. No respect. Ghost Tab. Yuto is not as famous as other Olympians like Michael Phelps of ray gun. Michael Phelps, I'm assuming, or ray gun. Michael Phelps, I'm in Michigan. Michael Phelps was basically a superhero here. I actually used to eat at a place that had posters that he signed, which was, it was different because of the kind of, it was a Chinese restaurant, and it was just the most of the decor was traditional Chinese type stuff. And then you add these big Michael Phelps pictures with his signature, and it just always struck me as out of place, but cool at the same time. Yuto has been a big deal in skateboarding for a few years and kicked off a whole wave of new skate culture in Japan. That's cool. So maybe he is pretty big. Like I always consider like Michael Jordan the athlete. Like when people are talking athletes, Michael Jordan just takes the top. Maybe Muhammad Ali, for me, Joe Montana, but you know, that's just dependent. Mikey, I'm probably a better skateboarder than Tony Hawk. No one can be as good as Tony Hawk. Yeah, you're right. Maybe Yuto is as good as Tony Hawk. I have not paid that much attention. See, actually makes sense they would make him if they were going to do any kind of extreme sports athlete. That's sweet, man. That's really cool. And I wonder, so like a year ago, would they have known that he was going to be on the Olympics team? Or did they really just, man, this guy's awesome, let's make a figure, and then they luck into that? I'm not sure. Stopping by to say hello to all you Pix people. Mr. Madgus, thank you for stopping by, man. And hello to you as well. Appreciate it. Good Lord. Let's see. Magnus. I hear the articulation is really good on them. The SHF? Let's see. Subskew. Those schoolgirl figures, stay ready. Yeah, that's one thing that weirds me out about them. They look insanely posable and insanely cool, but I'm still a little weirded out by them, you know? You know, looking back on all our adventures, I think we all got pretty messed up mentally. Messed up, I mean, for crying out loud, I got my leg broken. Oh, Leo, you hate when that happens. But, I mean, that's more messed up physically. Skew weapons up always. That school is protected. Yeah, it's a weird line to be sure. But what I do enjoy like the anime look with the ultra realistic stuff. I just think it's a cool, it's almost paradoxical. Right, they said, screw karate, we got guns, sucker. I think, yeah, you got something there. There's no martial arts here. Yeah, Leo's right. We all got pretty messed up psychologically due to all of our adventures. I mean, I can see that. Bunch of teenage turtles going through a lot of stuff. It could be tough, I'm sure. LBZ, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in. She does indeed look dope. Super late. We'll watch the replay later. Dude, I just appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're doing all right. Hope life is good. Yeah, I mean, we have to fight aliens, robot ninjas, other mutants. We saw the Earth get destroyed. Give me time travel. Alternate versions of ourselves. When did the whole shebang? We did the whole shebang. Yeah, that happens. That happens. I mean, the turtles are pretty much comic type characters now. Let's see. That is dope. Quinville. Let's see. I know what them legs doing on that. Oh dear. Let's see. Quinn Lee looks better than Rebel Tech for two major reasons. No elbow joints and better head sculpt. She does look good. And I wanted to make sure and get her in. I haven't seen much on 5K lately, so when I saw that, I was pretty excited. Yeah, we were only 15. Yeah, I think we all did get mentally messed up. Yeah. You guys were, I don't know if it was me talking, but wow, let's see. Van, no worries, Ghost F. Let's see. Todd lost his mind with that loadout. Wait a sec, hold on. Yeah. Leo, I mean, for crying out loud, Todd thought, let's see. I hate having to push buttons. Todd thought a male kid, got a female action figure, and I quote, will be a series. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that loadout on that spawn looks incredible. We were talking about what the price we thought might be. I haven't even looked at it to find out what it is. I'm going to check that one out. Thanks for the Gomez heads up. Yeah, the Holiday Gomez, if I recall, was very cool. Whew. All right, I totally lost where I am. Here we go. So many buttons to push, so many chats to go through. I feel like I'm late to the party, but my stinger finally made its way to my front door and found Torch finally as well. Congratulations, man. That stinger looks awesome. And Torch, my favorite Dreadnought, just because he's the only one I had when I was a kid. I'm the only one of the original three. So congratulations. That's pretty sweet. Let's see. Baki is dope. See, thank you, Skew. I'm really going to try my luck and try and get some from the wire. Oh, man, good luck. Let's see. Go for it. Always. Oh, what do you got, Kevin? Let's see. I think Hugh Jackman did a really good job as Wolverine. I'm serious. He did pretty good. Sure, he wasn't the right height. Who cares? He was awesome. You know, I think the one thing about Jackman's Wolverine, he crushed it in Wolverine and Deadpool. He crushed it in Logan. He wasn't written as Wolverine in a lot of the other movies. So but that isn't his fault, you know? You did say Laurel and Hardy before Dave could hear there's a set now, or cool to hear there's a set now. Yeah, it's awesome. I want more. I want more. I'm greedy for really good comic style action figure. I would love the Marx Brothers. The Marx Brothers would be sweet. What if Wolverine has a healing factor? Why can't he just grow his hand back? Oh, yeah, that's right, because he's not Deadpool. Well, yeah, but, I mean, who's going to win versus, like, Wolverine versus Deadpool? Wolverine's a little more, I don't know. Deadpool says crazier things, but in action, Wolverine might actually be crazier. They need a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar figure. Oh, that'd be cool. Wonder who they should make as far as, like, sports figures. Like, MAFEX has done a couple Michael Jordans now, but that's about it. And SHF has done Yuto here. And I don't know if they've done others. Just not sure. Hey, Dave, you should check out the ZD Toys Deadpool 3, Deadpool, and Wolverine. Ooh, all right. I will head over. We will see if I can find those right now. ZD Toys, Deadpool, and Wolverine. Hey, look at that. It showed up right in my search. Wonder, have I seen these? I think. Let's see. All right. Trying to find AliExpress. Big Bad. Yeah, it looks like we're going to look at AliExpress. All right. Stop screen. Look at my face. And what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Here we go. So here is Wolverine. I'm fairly confident it said Deadpool and Wolverine, but if not, we'll just find that. It's a video. Have I seen? I'm not sure if I've seen these or not. I feel like I have, though. Go away, little pop-up window. That's a pretty sweet loadout for Logan. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it. I just didn't talk about it, apparently. What scale are these bad boys at that price? I mean, obviously on AliExpress, but with the 7833, maybe they are 112. All right. Wait, that does say 1/6 scale action figure close. Let's look up Deadpool. Deadpool and Wolverine. Let's give this a shot. Open, open, open. Whew. All right. And here we have, if he opens, Mr. Pool. That looks really good too. No guns, oddly enough. Are these, I mean, obviously, if they're AliExpress, I doubt the figures here. That says Marvel. 18 centimeters, that's about 1/10 scale, right? 17.8. Yeah, my assumption actually is, after looking at this, that it must be officially licensed. It's just that it's on AliExpress, so who knows what you're really getting. Those are pretty sweet. All right. Let's see, guys. All right, it's got to be closing in on time, and I've missed so many chats. Let's see here. Cyclops made the heroic move of bailing on his new wife and newborn as soon as Jean Grey came back as Phoenix, like a boss. See, and those are the things I think about with Cyclops. I'm like, he had an arc, but he wasn't necessarily a good guy in that arc. So there are some of those things that I think about too. Not that Wolverine with, cutting pretty much everybody that looks at him funny makes him necessarily a good guy. The Game of Death custom references from the Last Dragon 85 movie. You're doing good, Dave. Your fellow nerds here. Look out for all of us, me included. Alien is a major good nerd point start. Awesome. I have nerd points. Thank you, Skew. Whoo. No, that's not right. Maybe Age of Apocalypse Cyclops. Why so hate? Bring on Conan the Barbarian and aliens. Yeah, Conan might have to be next. Let's see, best way to learn Japanese is to watch anime to learn. Let's see, try osmosis. Sub only. I watched Gundams being like subbed, or I watched the first 3 Gundam movies and they were subbed. Those were ridiculously cool anime. Like those were incredible movies. If nobody's seen those first Mobile Suit, was it Mobile Suit? I don't know. The first ones were like the RX-78-2. Watch those first 3 movies. They're so good. Let's see. Kareem from Game of Death. That'd be dope. Also, Kareem from Airplane. See, if Super 7 or other toy companies, let's see, decide to make the 2003 Turtles as their dragon forms, that would be awesome. I gotta remember if I've seen though. Let's see. My favorite part of Game of Death was Bruce Leroy, let's see, eating popcorn with chopsticks in the movie theater. That's not bad. That sounds, in fact, rad. Dave, you should really just do a Just Talk stream. I don't know. I think it would be a good idea. A Just Talk stream, huh? Ooh, I don't know. That could be problematic. I'd probably say something stupid, which I do anyway all the time. That's the last dragon, not Game of Death. Yeah, but I think you're all missing the point here. If we're talking Kareem, we got to be talking about Airplane. Let's see, Mikey Rap Diet. Yeah, that would be cool. Just a talk stream. Like, I might as well just do like a podcast at that point, which maybe Toypixx jumps into things like podcasts. Who knows? There's still a long way to go for all this stuff. Qualifiers to the Olympics is done way ahead of the Olympics. Okay, I'm sure Figuarts heard of his popularity, made the ugliest head designs they could design, and present it for pre-order. You know what? There's a real likelihood of that, Ghost Tab. That makes sense, actually. They're just like, quick, get it done as fast as possible. And that's what they got. My bad, it's been a while. Oh, people getting their movies mixed up. It just doesn't end well on a nerd stream such as this. Believe me, as a bad nerd, I know. I went to Michigan last month and stopped in every Target, checking in Route 96 in Detroit. Oh, man. See, where I'm at, I'm west of Detroit. I'm in Ann Arbor, actually, and my Target never gets crap. Like, there's one probably 15 minutes away or so that I could check. I just never make it there. But Ann Arbor's not that far from Detroit. I should probably start looking at Targets a little further away, too. See, for NECA, yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, my NECA section at my Target it's embarrassing, to be very honest. It's honestly probably a 4-foot section. I pledged for the Kickstarter Medieval Spawn. It's, let's see, 5 USD for the figure, 25 USD, no, 58 USD. Good Lord, I knew that had to be off. For the figure and 25 USD for shipping for the US each figure. Not happy with the shipping cost since I'm buying 2. That seems like a lot on shipping. But those are, if they're the same as the first Kickstarter Spawn, they're going to be huge boxes. So that might actually kind of pan out. Although you'd also think he could cut a deal considering how many of these he's going to send out. But 58 bucks USD for the figure itself, that's pretty good. I was expecting a lot more, to be honest. Spaded one. Hugh Jackman was an awful Wolverine, but a great angry guy with claws. They had to rewrite the character and how the world reacts to him entirely by making him tall and sexy. Still love Jackman, though. See, I agree with that take until the last couple movies. I think they wrote him a lot better. It's like the writers suddenly, oh yeah, this is what Wolverine's supposed to be. You're right. I always thought that Hugh Jackman was too much of a pretty boy to be Wolverine. But in the last couple movies, I thought, you know, he did okay. I'm not that upset about it. There is a set from ZD with unmasked Wolverine. Oh, man. Might have to look at that next time. I'm almost through. I'm almost through. Keep going, Dave. Keep going. Be a man. See, you know, I actually have a favorite artist. Her name is MLP TMNT Disney Colleen. She does some amazing art, and she's on YouTube. I recommend checking her out. She's pretty good. MLP TMNT Disney Colleen. Okay. I might do that. Thank you, Gavin. Skew enjoyed the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. It was a great movie. It wasn't that it was a great movie because of plot or anything. It was just straight up entertaining, which I loved. Yeah, and you know, I think Deadpool and Wolverine is the first R-rated movie in the MCU. I think it's R-rated. It is the first R-rated movie in the MCU. This is true. And there was talk of doing the same with Blade, except I don't know that Blade's ever actually going to happen. Airplane figures, yes, please, Dave. That would be the scenes that you would reenact with those would be rough. Get some Naked Gun figures in there. You could have some Leslie Nielsen cross-pollination. Leo, hey, Raph, someone thinks that Hugh Jackman was a bad Wolverine. What? Ah, boy. Let's see. Watch Gundam War in the Pocket. Best Gundam short series I've seen. War in the Pocket. All right, cool beans. I will check that out because I love those first movies. Those were sweet. Spaded one. If we're talking celebrity figures, I'd strangle a dolphin to get a Leslie Nielsen. Nice. I'd strangle 2 dolphins. And I'd even strangle, you know what? One of them would be Flipper. And I'd be totally okay with it. I might even name one Shirley just because of the Leslie Nielsen reference. That's not right. People are watching right now going, oh God, Peter! Easier. I feel offended. Why? I don't know. I just am. That's a Raph response right there. That is totally what Raph would say. See, ZD Toys released pics of their Venomized line for Thanos, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. Man, I have to look this stuff up. Clearly, I think I'm doing okay, and then you guys bring up stuff where I'm going, oh, crap, I know nothing. I have pics on my IG Toy Talk news channel. Awesome sauce, LBZ. I will check that out. Thank you. Must push buttons. Look, I feel like I'm flying now. I'm okay with the 58 cost for the figure. The shipping cost per figure bugs me. I'm paying 50 USD for shipping nationally for 2 figures. What a joke. I do agree with that. Like, they should at least find a way to combine the shipping if he doesn't have some kind of deal worked out for regular shipping, you know? It's dubbed Venom Heroes. Cool beans. Cool beans. Things that I shouldn't say. I don't know why. I just feel like I shouldn't say cool bean. Who knows? Raph, is Hugh Jackman your favorite actor? Yeah, he is. I think he's cool, badass, and awesome. Spaded one. The head sculpts on the recent MCU Legends Deadpool and Wolverine figures are really impressive for the price. You know, that's one thing I can't complain about with Legends. The head sculpts are always really good, but I do kind of agree with Anthony's Customs. The bodies aren't so good. I mean, the regular body sculpts, just because they have to keep using the same old bodies, and they don't always fit for every character they use them on. It's almost like the bodies are cartoonish, but the faces are almost too realistic, which most of the time I wouldn't have a problem. If you pop those faces on, say, an SH Figuarts figure or a MAFEX figure or a Mezco figure, I'd be like, yeah, that's about right. But on Marvel Legends, it just throws me off a little bit because of the bodies they use. Barbara Billingsley, I Speak Jive Top 3-pack. The I Speak Jive Top 3-pack. Oh my God, that would be quality. Flight attendant, sold separately. They need the blow up like the co-pilot guy. That would be awesome. Playing Sun Wukong got me to pre-order the Fury toys of the Monkey King. I've heard such good things about that, man. Like, Brick and I spent some of the time last night talking about Black Myth, and it looks cool. And you guys, if you've been here for a bit, you know I need monkey figures, so I might have to pick one of those up. I had a feeling you're a Hugh Jackman fan, Raph. I am, and I'm proud to be a fan. I know people that would agree with you, Raphael. Marvel Legends Deadpool 3 figures are great substitutes for those that can't afford Figuarts, and that's true. That's true. You're not wrong. And with that, man, it's getting tougher to keep up with the chat. Whoo! All right, let's see. Brutal Realm is doing 1-2. Let's see. 1-2. Sun Wukong. Really? David Brick something went over Nota figure. Dope too. Dude, the Sun Wukongs that people are coming out with, it's ridiculous. And now I feel like I need to see, like, is there a Journey to the West movie or is it just a book? And I know that sounds incredibly lazy. I am incredibly lazy with such things. So let me know. One thing I noticed with the Deadpool and Wolverine Legacy Legends is the Deadpool has a wash and more realistic proportions. The Logan is basically a standard legend with a realistic head sculpt. You know, the Deadpool that they did for the first Deadpool movie looks so good, and this one looks so good as well. I don't know. They really knock it out of the park when it comes to the looks of their figures, like of their movie figures. I can sit here all day and say that I don't enjoy the waist cuts for photography, and that's true, but I can't hold the molds and the sculpts that they put into their movie figures against them. They really do a great job with those things. Let's see. Skew Raider, TV series in Japan, Journey to West, classic. Man, I wonder if they've got one dubbed for over here. See, hey guys, it's a live stream almost over because dinner's ready. Oh yeah, I think it's almost over. We'll be there, Spike. Don't be late. Got it. Yep, we are just about set. It took me a bit. I'm closing in. And for the first time, awesome stream. Take care. You too, Skew Raider. Thanks again for stopping by. Whew, I have not yet missed a chat, and I didn't plan on missing one tonight, but it might come a point where, okay, guys, I got to figure out how to slow down this a little bit. So I'm not reading everyone, but we're not there yet. So thanks as always for stopping by, checking out, talking tonight. I really appreciate it, gang. You're all a blast to talk to. I learned so much nerdy stuff. So with that, and until next time, have fun and happy snapping. Awkward wave. See ya. As I forgot to hit end stream.